Welcome to today's edition of the EpicTV Surf Report. I'm Dave Mailman coming at you from France, where we have 2 to 2.5 meters of swell in the water today. That's 6 to 8 feet, solid lines. Unfortunately, strong onshore winds, but sunny skies. 15 degrees in the water and in the air. That's about 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So conditions aren't perfect, but if you need to get wet, you can. So let's get out there and go surfing. In our global swell forecast, there's a strong South Pacific storm expected to develop over the next few days, according to Surfline's hurricane track. Currently, though, no active alerts, but plenty of red, violet, and magenta in those Lola swell models. We're just lacking the deep purple. Shifty conditions currently in the South Pacific with dying swell and weird winds out there. Dangerous seas in southern Chile. Big surf, but really funky winds as well. You don't want to go surfing out there right now. Another place you'd like to go surfing but can't is in Reunion Island, where there's been another deadly shark attack this week. The bull sharks are out and they will eat you. The government authorities, of course, saying nothing to worry about. Only 4 attacks in the last 2 years. Well, only 4 deadly attacks, only 4 deaths. So would you go surfing in Reunion Island? I know I wouldn't, and I know the locals aren't either. It was a tourist on his honeymoon, and he's going home in a casket. In today's Spot Check feature, it's all about Brazil. Blame it on Rio. That's right, the Billabong Rio Pro is in town at Barra da Tijuca in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Clean conditions for the free surfs in the 2 days leading up to the event waiting period. On day 1, no contest was run, but a few of the boys went out. It was big and out of control kind of victory at sea, but as always, when the world's best are out, there were some barrels to be had, and some of the boys got some big throaty ones. Day 2 of the waiting period, they ran round 1 of the contest. That was yesterday. There were overhead beach break barrels for the world's best on the Dream Tour. Pretty clean, lots of closeouts. But when you have Kelly Slater, Joel Parkinson, Adriano de Souza, and company, you know that the boys are getting some pretty sweet tubes, and that's exactly what happened. All the highlights of the day went down on the beach, not in the water. Kelly Slater, the 11-time world champ, called out GT for asking questions while action was going down in the water. That's right, Glenn Micro Hall, the Australian Irishman, was killing it, throwing down an 8.33 while Kelly was talking to the mic. If he'd had a beer in his mouth, it would have been one thing, but when it was GT yapping in his ear, it's a whole nother one. Split screens, people, should be mandatory as drug testing on the ASP World Championship Tour. So we could be waiting for a cold day in hell before that happens. But for the 2nd year in a row, there are stand-up barrels in Brazil. So stranger things have happened. Who knows? Out in the water, 3 of my boys out of the Golden State. That's right, California went through from round 1 directly to round 3. Pat Gudauskas, Kaloe Andino, and Nat Young. Hats off to you, gentlemen. Way to hold it up for California. The Golden Bear is very happy for you. Some of the locals went through as well, Adriano de Souza and Gabriel Medina, as well as the usual suspects, Mick Fanning, Joel Parkinson, and Kelly Slater. And in today's surf video feature, he's not in Rio, but he's still making his presence felt. That's right, I'm talking about John Florence. His latest web clip is just under 5 minutes long, but it's 5 minutes of gold. It's called Begin Again. and everything about it is insane. The front side and backside 540 airs, the man carves, the pits, the big drops at Peahi, the music, the images, the surfing. This is John outdaning Dane Reynolds. And Dane Reynolds is supposed to be the second coming of Jesus Christ, the savior of professional surfing. And if he is the savior of professional surfing, what does that make John? That makes John God, people. His co-stars, his apostles, are the rest of the Florence family, Nathan and Ivan, and some of their best buddies, Kieran Jabor, Koa Rothman, and Eli Olsen. A big shout out to the entire crew as well, involved in the filming and the editing and the post-production of this video. It's a short list, but it's too long to talk about all of them right now. All I can say is a double thumbs up to all you people. You absolutely killed it. Once again, Begin Again is the name of the video. You can find it on John Florence's Vimeo channel. You should go there. You should watch the whole thing now. But before you do, let me sign off. This has been another edition of the EpicTV Surf Report. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, don't forget to get wet.